Imagine this. The year is 2025. Life is bustling. Technology is soaring, and the world feels more connected than ever. Then, suddenly, news outlets start buzzing with reports of a mysterious new illness. It starts small, a cluster of unusual cases in a remote corner of the world. At first, it's easy to dismiss another blip on the radar of global health. But this isn't just a blip. This is the beginning of what future historians might call the plague of 2025. Now, before we go any further, I want to be crystal clear. This is a thought experiment. We're re-exploring a hypothetical scenario to understand how our modern world might cope with a major public health crisis. This isn't a prediction, and the goal here is not to cause fear, but to spark a conversation about preparedness, resilience, and the incredible power of human cooperation. We were going to look at what we've learned from the past and how those lessons could shape our future. So, let's step into this alternate 2025. The initial reports describe a pathogen with a strange combination of traits. It spreads through the air, but it can also survive on surfaces for an unusually long time. Its symptoms are confusing, mimicking common illnesses at first, which allows it to spread silently before anyone even realizes they're sick. In our scenario, global health organizations, like the WHO, are on it immediately. Drawing from the hard-earned lessons of past pandemics, the response is swift. The genetic sequence of the new virus is mapped and shared globally within days, not weeks. This incredible speed is a testament to the advancements in genomic sequencing and data-sharing platforms that have become standard practice. Scientists around the world immediately pivot, turning their labs into hubs of research, all focused on understanding this new threat. Meanwhile, on the ground, public health communication is a top priority. Governments launch massive information campaigns using every tool at their disposal: social media, AI-driven chatbots, community leaders, and even hologram-like public announcements in major city centers. The message is clear, consistent, and transparent. Here is what we know. Here's what we don't know. And here's what you can do to protect yourself and your community. They emphasize simple, effective measures we're all familiar with: hand hygiene, improved ventilation in public spaces, and advice on when to wear high-quality masks. The goal is to empower people with knowledge, not control them with fear. But a challenge quickly emerges: misinformation. Just as fast as good information spreads, so does the bad. Conspiracy theories and fake cures pop up on social media, preying on people's anxieties. But here's where our 2025 world has learned a thing or two. Tech companies, working with public health experts and independent have developed sophisticated AI algorithms that can identify and flag harmful misinformation in real time. It's not about censorship, but about curation pushing credible, verified information to the top of everyone's feeds while slowing the spread of dangerous falsehoods. It's a digital immune system for our information ecosystem. Now, let's talk about the economic side of things. Past crises taught us that public health and economic health are two sides of the same coin. You can't sacrifice one for the other. So, in our hypothetical 2025, governments don't just shut everything down. Instead, they implement targeted, flexible strategies. Think of it as a smart grid for society, using real-time data on transmission rates, hospital capacity, and population mobility. They can introduce localized, temporary measures where they're needed most. A specific district might see a temporary limit on large gatherings, while a neighboring one with low case numbers remains open. This surgical approach minimizes economic disruption while maximizing public health impact. Supply chains have also evolved. After the shocks of previous global events, companies have diversified their manufacturing and sourcing. There's a greater emphasis on regional production and maintaining strategic stockpiles of essential goods, from medical supplies to computer chips. This resilience means that while there might be some delays, the widespread shortages that caused so much chaos in the past are largely avoided. People can still get what they need. One of the most inspiring parts of this hypothetical scenario is the scientific response. The development of diagnostics, treatments, and vaccines happens at a breathtaking pace. Remember mRNA technology? By 2025, it's become a versatile platform. Scientists can design and test new vaccine candidates almost entirely on computers, before even starting lab trials. International consortiums of researchers, pharmaceutical companies, and governments pool their resources and data. Clinical trials are designed to be more adaptive, allowing researchers to test multiple candidates at once and get answers faster, all without compromising safety. In our story, the first effective antiviral treatments start rolling out within months, not years. These aren't cures, but they dramatically reduce the severity of the illness, turning a potentially deadly disease into a manageable one for most people. This buys crucial time for the ultimate weapon, a vaccine. Thanks to the global collaboration and platform technologies, a safe and effective vaccine is developed, tested, and approved in record time. But developing a vaccine is only half the battle. Manufacturing and distributing it to 8 billion people is a monumental task. This is where the spirit of global solidarity truly shines in our 2025 scenario. Instead of vaccine nationalism, a global pact ensures that production is decentralized. Factories on every continent are retrofitted to produce the vaccine, and a sophisticated AI-managed logistics network ensures that doses are distributed equitably, starting with healthcare workers and the most vulnerable populations everywhere, not just in the wealthiest countries. It's understood that nobody is safe until everybody is safe. Throughout this crisis, the importance of community and mental health is front and center. We learned the hard way that isolation takes a heavy toll. So, in 2025, there's a huge push to foster connection, even amidst a pandemic. Community networks, both online and local, mobilize to support those who are isolated. Volunteers deliver groceries to elderly neighbors. Free and easily accessible mental health resources are scaled up, with teletherapy sessions becoming a standard part of healthcare. There is a collective understanding that looking after our minds is just as important as looking after our bodies. So, as our hypothetical plague of 2025 begins to recede, the world that emerges is different. It's a world that has been tested by fire, but not broken. It's more resilient, more collaborative, and more compassionate. This thought experiment shows us a possible future, one where we take the painful lessons of the past and use them to build a better, safer, and more prepared world. It's not a utopian fantasy, but a realistic vision of what humanity can achieve when we choose science over fear, collaboration over division, and compassion over selfishness. This story is a reminder that the future isn't something that just happens to us. It's something we build every day with the choices we make. By investing in science, strengthening our communities, and learning to work together as a global family, we can be ready for whatever challenges lie ahead. Thank you so much for joining me on this thought experiment. If you found this discussion interesting, please give this video a like and consider subscribing for more content that explores the big questions about our future. Stay curious, stay informed, and stay hopeful. I'll see you in the next video.